get the maximum points, especially for teams in need of a victory this week. And I think we're all in that boat at some point in our leagues. And I know Eric in our big league needs a win. Right now you're looking okay, but a win would be real nice.
I'm on the bubble. If the season ended now, before week 13, I'd be in.
Right.
But I have to win this week. I'm playing another 5-7 team. So it's a big week. Big week for me.
It's a good time, and it's crunch time. So we'll take your phone calls at 529-1450, 529-1450 if you need some help adjusting your rosters. Let's figure out where everyone does stand this week. Mark, how you looking in your leagues? I know you're 500 in our big league.
Yeah, why is that, Adam?
Because I beat you last week.
Yeah, you laid a hurting on me. Any chance I had went right down the window when Vincent Jackson decided to play 3 plays and come up with an owie. Thanks a lot, V.A. Jax.
Well, and there's a lot of injuries to big names like that, and we'll get into them. Eric, where are you standing in some of your other leagues besides the one we just talked about?
You know, I'm looking solid, actually. I'm only out of the playoff hunt in 1 league. I'm in 5 leagues, and only one of them I'm looking like I'm going to be a spectator. So I feel good. I think 4 out of 5 isn't bad, and my teams look tough.
I have to give you credit in the league that the 3 of us are in.
Yeah,
you're really coming together. Your teams aren't just winning; they're blowing people off the board.
I've been the high scorer like 3 weeks in a row now.
Well, Debo and Tom Brady have helped that a lot.
Oh man,
Nicorelli, where are you sitting in your leagues?
Well, I really only want to talk about one, where I've rattled off 6 straight.
Nice.
Second in points, and I've officially clinched my playoff spot. But the other 2, the teams are just bailing on me. I just feel like I need to take them into the shed and just beat the crap out of them. It's just
Mike Leach them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Mike Leach them.
Too bad they're fantasy guys. You can't grab them by the helmet. I'm looking good. I've clinched in all 3 leagues I'm in first place in 1, second in another, and third in another.
So. All right, well, shut your mouth. Let's move on with the show.
Just kind of adjusting the rosters, and that's why we are here for you guys. 529-1450 is the phone number. All right, we brought up Vincent Jackson already. Let's go ahead and talk about a number of Chargers, actually, that are on the injury list this week. Vincent Jackson looks like he's doubtful this week, Mark, but what about Malcolm Floyd and Antonio Gates?
Well, Gates is like he normally is. He's questionable, but most likely will play. Floyd is questionable, more like a game-time decision. So, I mean, it's just status quo with San Diego.
Is Floyd someone you risk putting in your lineup this week?
Boy,
I mean, just because Vincent's out?
Pay attention. I mean, if he's going to play, and it looks like he's feeling, well enough, get him in there for sure, because, I mean, Phillip Rivers is going to throw for 350 yards and like 8 scores. So
right.
If Malcolm Floyd's suiting up and he's out there and there's no Vincent Jackson, yeah, I'd say by all means get him in your lineup. I mean, if he's playing, keep an eye on it.
Some other another team report as we like to go through the Indianapolis Colts on a week in week out basis. Joseph Adai not going to play again this week, but Mike Hart in the backfield coming back this week, and Don Brown. I'd like to think he was going to be a good football player, a good fantasy player all year long, but just hasn't happened. He just doesn't score enough.
And this is why I think this week, with Hart being healthy, if you've got the room for him and you've got the guts, you might plug him in as a flex because he's going to be the goal line back because Brown is not getting it done.
Boy, and on the other hand, though, Indy is just so pathetic at running the football that I have Mike Hart. I have him sitting on one of my benches, and I've had him for a while, just kind of hoping that someone would emerge in Indy as kind of the guy. But I mean, right now they're so bad at running the ball, and the fact that it could be even a split time kind of a situation there makes me feel like, boy, stay away. Just stay away from those guys. I mean, they're going to run the ball for maybe 60 yards total as a team anyway. So, I mean, do you want half of that on your fantasy lineup? I don't. I have Mike Hart, and I think the guy has potential. And if you could ever just get the starting job, I think he'd be a good play. But, right, if he's splitting time on Indy, they can't run the ball. So I'd stay away.
Good thing they have Peyton Manning, though, so they can still move the ball by throwing it. Let's go to their wide receiving core. Reggie Wayne popped up on the injury list at the end of the week this week, and Austin Colley's still battling those concussions. I don't think he's worthy of a play, but you got to put in Reggie Wayne, correct?
Yeah, I guess. I'm telling you, people who don't believe Reggie Wayne's lost a step or so, they're fooling themselves. If you watch him play, granted, he's probably, the injury does some part of it, but he just can't get separation like he used to. And I can't remember the last time that Manning went deep. And when I say deep, I mean something over 30 yards.
Right. And is he even going to play for sure? It seems like Well, I was going through all my information. Of course, it was like 1 in the morning, so I might be remembering this wrong. He didn't practice yesterday, did he?
No.
But keep an eye on that. If Reggie Wayne didn't practice Friday.
Reggie Wayne did not practice Friday due to a knee injury and is listed as questionable for the game against Dallas. But he did practice fully on Wednesday and Thursday, but did not practice yesterday, as you said, Eric. So
when guys don't practice on Friday, that's a pretty bad sign.
That's right. It's kind of a downturn, you know.
Yep.
He's out there Wednesday and Thursday, but for some reason can't go Friday. Keep an eye on that. If you have Reggie Wayne, you might need to plug somebody else in there last minute.
An early game, too, on Sunday, so keep an eye on that.
Go get you some Blair White.
Yep. He's available in some leagues out there. Let's move to another team with a number of injuries. The Dallas Cowboys on the other side of the football in that ball game there. Marion Barber's going to be out this week, but that makes good news for owners of Felix Jones, I think. And is Tashard Choice worth picking up this week?
I don't know. I guess if you're really desperate, you've got a lot of injuries on your roster, possibly, but I just don't see where Tashard Choice is going to make or break a team, playoff hopes.
Well, I wouldn't just go out and pick him up, and maybe like on your bench or something, you look and you have a draft day left over, like a Kevin Smith or something. You're like, oh, why is this guy here? You drop him, because going forward, you never know. Felix Jones he gets injured quite a bit. And, now we're going forward. Fantasy playoffs are coming up, so it wouldn't be bad to get Tashard Choice on your bench, but I wouldn't drop anybody that, that actually has value to pick him up.
529-1450 is the phone number, 529-1450. Some big names on the wide receivers list this week. Brandon Marshall is said to be back, but could be a risky play, still listed as questionable and didn't practice a whole lot either.
He's been a risky play all year. I mean,
True.
And when he was fully healthy, he was underperforming wildly. So I think I keep him out this week, even if he does come back, because his hammy still, he's going to be out there, but hammies don't just go away.
No. Receivers and hammies, bad combination.
Yep. So I'd stay away from that too if I could.
Hakeem Nicks out again this week. Steve Smith out again this week, and Roddy popped up on the injured list a little bit later in the week as questionable, but he should be able to go.
He's good.
529-1450 is the phone number. Let's take a phone call. Good morning. You're on Fantasy Football 101. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a call. Who would I play with, Wes Welker or Brad Smith? They're both playing each other this week.
All right. Brad Smith.
Brad Smith, the special teams hero for the New York Jets.
You got it. 59 something last week.
Yeah.
And I benched you.
Well, but I mean, how are you gonna? Come on, Brad. He's not a guy you just go penciling in your lineup.
Yeah, but take a look at his numbers. His numbers are 29, 25. Average of 29.
What are his numbers when he doesn't score a special teams touchdown?
Yeah, 10, 11.
Okay. Yeah, almost non-existent. You got to go with the more consistent play. I mean, you have to go with Wes Welker. There's more of a chance of Welker getting in the end zone twice this week than Brad Smith doing it again like he did last week.
There you go.
All righty. Thanks, guys.
Good luck.
No problem.
Yep.